So, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to International Dark Sky Week. And our today's guest is Syahirah from Malaysia. She is International Dark Sky Association advocate, educator, artist, so many things Syahirah is doing, and I'm so happy to invite her. And let's get to know more about Syahirah from Syahirah. So, welcome, Syahirah. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Ryan, for having me here. And hi, everyone. I'm Syahirah. Like Ryan have introduced me. I'm from Malaysia, and I'm passionate. I'm passionate about arts and astronomy. And one day I decided I want to mix both discipline, which is art and astronomy. And I also discovered that I can also fight for light pollution and spread awareness about dark sky through arts. And that's when I got started becoming a dark sky and an astro artist. Well, usually I would call myself that dark sky artist, space artist. Yeah, so I can work both ways.
Yes, I think even a dark sky artist is actually quite new. When I see a lot of artists, they do astronomical art, they do
Mhm.
space art. But when we talk about dark sky art, which is quite new because normally people like to have what I say astrophotography or dark sky photography, they do. But how do you define dark sky art? What do you think? What are those elements? Because I have seen your recent video in collaboration with one more advocate from India,
Yep.
and that video was outstanding, and your artwork was there. And yes, please tell us about that one and also about the dark sky art.
All right. So, Ryan, I think that uh, a lot of people work on dark sky art, but usually they would call them like this is a space art, Milky Way art. But actually, they are already um, representing dark sky in the arts. And right now, what I'm doing is pretty much the same like as those people do, which is creating dark sky art. But in my case, I specifically direct my art to dark sky awareness. So that's one thing. And I am also in my art, I portray dark sky not as something that is dark. When people say dark sky, they would imagine somewhere that is dark and maybe gloomy. You can't see anything in there, uh, in the dark. But actually, you can see a lot in the dark. You can make out colors. You can make out what you can. This dim light, this soft glow from fireflies, beautiful starry night sky. You can see the clouds, which is not the clouds. It is actually the Milky Way, and you can also listen when I show this art that I have made. I want people not just look at it as a visually, but also they can imagine the sound, the maybe the emotions during that time. If they imagine themselves in that place that I have portrayed in my art, like that's what I'm trying to achieve so people can connect to that art emotionally and also imagine themselves being there. And the elements that I'm using is not just maybe people would say, oh, it's Milky Way art, so the background might be black, that pitch black, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can actually see a lot of colors, like what you can see in the background that you are using right now, Ryan. Yeah, that a lot of colors are
Yes,
in there. So in the dark, you can
yes,
actually
that's
see
true.
more. You can make out more out of darkness. Because if you adjust your eyes into the dark, you can actually see more, like how you have to spend like 20 minutes before, not before, while you are stargazing, you gotta do some adaptation to the darkness, dark adaptation for 20 minutes, and you can see more. So that's what I want to portray in my art. You can see more in the dark.
That's very true. We can see more, what I say, natural light in the dark, and we get adapted with this what I say, our eyes capture or collect more light, natural light from the stars in the dark sky. And when we talk about the dark sky art, I think even I'm working on dark sky art, and it is quite unique in terms of because using different tools, like it's not just canvas but the costumes form of art, performing art, and this is different form of art that we are choosing. And similar like your artwork, it's quite different from all the artists that are working in astronomy, because your artwork is educating, creating awareness through dark sky art. I'm going to show some of your art photography art sorry art images to my viewers as well. And apart from this, when we talk about advocacy, dark sky advocacy, or when we talk about light pollution, how do you think, what do Malaysian consider dark sky as important, or do they think that it is a very valid issue or something to talk about? Or do they think like people living in Karachi, like they don't care about light pollution and they are just celebrating light, artificial lights? Or do they really care? Yes.
Well, for now in Malaysia, light pollution and dark sky awareness is pretty new as well. And I can see that among the youngs, they are catching up to this issue, especially when I look at Twitter and whenever people show this picture with terrible light pollution and admiring it, some of them would respond like, "This is light pollution. This is not supposed to be admired or be like you have to be happy and you have to enjoy. This is not something that you're supposed to enjoy because it is not natural and it's harming us." So when I see like among the youngs that already catch up with this issue, I'm pretty glad. But there are still a lot of people who are scared of having not having artificial lights around them, because they think that light equals safe and dark equals danger, because they cannot see whatever it is in the darkness, and that's pretty natural for us humans. But the thing is, our eyes, when they're exposed to too much light, then they won't be able to see what's in the dark. So it's pretty contradicting, and that's the thing that we cannot shake yet from we dark sky advocates in Malaysia, unable to shake it off from the people, from the public, because we have a lot of other issues to be concerned of, which make light pollution issue something that is seems small. It seems small because a lot of issues are still piling up. So instead of thinking that it is small, make it something that can be added into things that we concern of. So we need people who are passionate in advocating this, that really wants to bring the awareness among the public. Like me, Emma, we have Emma in Malaysia, and Lukmanul Hakim, and right now we also have a dark sky community that also slowly but surely providing aiding progress in spreading dark sky awareness. We also have usually astronomers and also scientists that also realize about this thing and working their way in spreading light pollution and dark sky awareness. But in my case, I'm using art, which is something that people would enjoy, something that people think that it is approachable to them, and that's why that's the way I'm promoting dark sky and light pollution awareness. Like we cannot really push. For example, I can't really push myself to 100% going to the public and preaching and doing that every day, because we dark sky advocates, we're not just an advocate, but we're also have our other profession like teaching. For example, I'm a teacher as well. I'm an educator, so I'm using um, my time and also skills that I have to provide awareness to the public. And also I talk about light pollution and dark sky awareness to my students. So we, as part of the society, also need to not just be aware, but to deliver the light pollution and dark sky awareness in any way that we are capable of. Like as an educator, you can educate the young people, the young learners, or if you're working in a for example an office, you're working as a salaryman, you can just share about light pollution with your coworkers and maybe your boss. If you're working as let's say a doctor, you can also talk about the effect of light pollution to your patients. Maybe one of your patient is having insomnia, and one of the things that might lead to their problem is maybe they sleep with the artificial light on. So yeah, you can always educate people and bring those awareness in a way that you are capable of, because a little progress is better than no progress. So that's what I'm thinking.
Yes, that's absolutely amazing. I'm so sorry my internet got disconnected, but I'm still here, and I will edit this part in my recording. Don't worry. As you mentioned this in your message, that we can connect everyone, like even doctors, anyone who is working at as a salaryman, or so we can connect everyone to this issue, because everyone is affected because of light pollution. Everyone is using artificial lights. It's not only us that we are talking about that, oh, light pollution is bad. It's everyone that is affected because of light pollution. Like, so I guess we have in this region or current situation that we talk about, we are facing a lot of different issues, and like light pollution is not a mainstream issue at the moment right now, because we have a lot of different issues related to human rights, waste management, or many other things. When we talk about dark sky advocacy, I think the way you are doing advocacy is absolutely amazing, because through this people actually get a better idea, because art is a tool that even I feel is a powerful tool, because you must have seen a lot of people like to watch movies, cartoons, go to theater show and enjoy the time, and we are talking about the cosmos, which is like we are part of it, and it is so beautiful that you can even inspire young audience, especially young kids, that we are part of this cosmos. Look at the stars, look at the night sky, look at the dark sky. So art is a powerful tool that you are using. And I would like to ask you one more question about dark sky advocacy. What do you think? How is the response from the audience that you get after they see your artwork? Because dark sky advocacy through art is one of the powerful tool. So how do you think people actually respond to your artwork? Like they say, wow, like, or they think what it is, or they feel curious about to know more about it. And why you use, for example, when I was looking at your artwork, you were using so many animals in your painting, right? So that was very interesting way of creating. So why did you use all these animals? I hope a lot of people ask you that, why all these birds, animals are there with the dark sky? So it is very fascinating for me. I know the reason, but I want you to share with all the viewers to know about it. Why you're using dark sky with animals? Yes.
Okay, so interesting question, Ryan, because I like this response for one person. They said, "Hey, Syahirah, um, I saw this picture of the Milky Way, and it reminded me of your painting." And that's where I realized, like, my painting actually reached out to them. And whenever they look at an image of a dark sky, the Milky Way or the stars, or when they're enjoying the view of night sky, it reminded them of my painting. So that's very touching, and I really appreciate that kind of comment. And a lot of people always, whenever they look at my painting, they would imagine something else that didn't even cross my mind. Like, for example, I'm painting an image of a galaxy. They would describe it, "Hey, it looks like a fish." And I said, "I didn't see that. I didn't see that," but they saw it. So I love this personal perspective from my audiences. And when they tell me, I would look at my painting in different perspective from I originally saw. Like, after I finish a painting, it looked like this is a Milky Way. But when other people come to me and they said, "Oh, it looked like something else," so I would see it and I would think like, "Hey, it does look like what they have described." And about the animals, actually, I'm not good with painting animals, but collaborating with Sriram also challenged me to try something that it's not like I'm not comfortable with. And that is something new for me. I would I would sometimes draw animals, but not in a serious way. So this time I have to do it seriously. So that painting, the one in search of the stars painting, the latest dark sky painting I collaborated with Srira. So that one actually layers and layers of painting, which I paint and repaint again and slap it with colors, other colors. And yeah, that painting is a learning process for me. And when I have to draw the animals, I would get comments for other people like, "Hey, this elephant looks slightly off. Maybe you can change it a bit. Maybe you can use other references." So it's a learning process for me. And yeah, whenever I look at that painting, I've never been there. I've never been there, but I painted it. And Sri Ram also connected with that painting. He said that even though that you've never been there, but you are able to portray it in a way that is he would imagine it. He would want it to be. And that is beautiful for me because for someone who's never been to such a beautiful place, being able to paint that place based on references provided by Sriram, by the film producer, is wonderful. Is astronomical for me. Like it's like as if I have brought myself there visually, and in my head I'm imagining it and project it as this painting. So that's what I want people to feel when they look at that painting. It is as if they are visiting the tiger sanctuary and yeah, immerse themselves in that painting. And also I want to inspire people that you can do anything, you can paint anything, you can be anywhere visually through arts.
That's very true. We can be anywhere visually through art, and your painting was absolutely amazing because the collaboration between you two people and using your own imaginary ideas and connecting with the storytelling, and it was so beautiful that you actually work in a new dimension or new perspective, showing the new perspective of the dark sky as well, because dark sky with all these animals, showing the biodiversity and showing all these beautiful creatures that is surrounded that we are surrounded with. and we are actually part of this this biosphere, and we don't care much about them sometime. And you highlighted those species especially just to engage the audience that we are not alone on this planet Earth somehow. We all are together under this is dark sky, and that is so beautiful. I think what I feel, your idea of using art is actually uh, quite powerful. And when we see these kind of creative ideas, because a lot of people don't want to see all these PowerPoint presentations, all these boring information about the light pollution. Okay, what is this? And when we talk about Starlink in mega satellite constellations right now, which is affecting the night sky or the dark sky, especially for the astronomers, what do you think, how you are going to address this in your art? Because it is going to be the new challenge that I'm thinking that you should address through your artwork, and it is going to be very powerful, what I feel. Because yes.
Yeah, that is indeed challenging because usually my art is very straightforward, direct. You
Yes.
would see as it is, like the
Yes,
Milky
as
Way.
it is.
That's the Milky Way, and those are the animals, elephants, the deers, and you see the galaxy as it is, right? So that's an interesting
Yes.
question, Ryan, because I would want to try painting something that is deep and has like not hidden message. You don't want to put hidden message in there because you don't want the message to be delivered to the viewers. So
Yes.
I'm thinking about creating such art which has this deep meaning that people would look at it and ponder about, like, is this what is going to happen if we fail to control light pollution? Is this what would happen if our future generations do not have the dark sky awareness? I would love to do that, and I'm still thinking about several. I'm working on sketches, and sometimes the idea is that, but my hand can't seem to paint it yet. It has to come from me, and when the time comes, I would paint it. Like, yeah, it is something that is inside. It is something innate that
Yes.
has to come from me, and if I feel like painting it, then I would. And that is excellent, Ryan, because I am also, that's why I am collaborating, still learning, still gaining knowledge, so that someday I would be able to paint such painting which has deep meaning um, about dark sky and light pollution awareness. So right now, as an artist, I'm still quite young. I'm still learning, and someday, hopefully, I would be able to produce such painting.
Definitely. I feel that you are doing marvelous job. And I would like to thank you for your precious time that you have given to International Dark Sky Week, to our audience, and recording this special message related to dark sky advocacy through art. Your artwork is outstanding, and we love to see more of your artwork. And any message that you would like to give to everyone during this International Dark Sky Week? Any special message for the audience? Yes, please.
Sure. I have a message that do not let this effort in spreading about dark sky awareness and light pollution stops. Even though you cannot do something that is big, maybe something small, like telling your friends and families, keep the message going in whatever way you are capable of. Maybe you can talk to your friends, your family, your children, your students, anyone, or any people around you. Do not let it stop. Do not let the message of light pollution, dark sky awareness stop. If you know how to paint, you can paint dark sky so that you can deliver the message. If you know how to, if you love to write poems, then write poems about it. But do not let it stop. You express yourself. Don't force yourself to deliver the message, but you can do it in any way that you are capable of. Like me, I'm using art in a lot of ways, like music, or maybe through writings. There are a lot of forms of art that you can explore. Like Ryan, you're doing performance art, and that is very
Yes.
interesting and amazing. Something that is mind-boggling. That is something big. But
Yes.
if you cannot do something big, then it's okay. It's okay. Even the smallest effort would contribute in this light pollution dark sky worries.
Thank you so much for your time, and your message was very powerful, because the art is also important, and whatever you can do for dark sky advocacy to protect the night sky, it is important. Even write a paragraph, write a blog, article writing, share your message, share the post related to this is light pollution, inform people, other people, talk about it, because it is something which a lot of people are unaware of it globally. It is not just Malaysia, it is not about Pakistan. It's what I feel, it's about global issue. It's not just few countries having this issue. For now, thank you so much for your time. And I would like to thank you for your precious time and for all these efforts that you are doing for International Dark Sky Association, as well as for International Dark Sky Week. Thank you so much. Yes. And
Most
I'm gonna
welcome,
stop.
Ryan. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you. I am unable to stop recording. Are you the host right now? I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
yes.
I'll stop the recording. Okay.
You can stop the recording. Yes.